Hey guys, it's Kitana. Welcome back to my channel. So, I know, I've been gone. The reason that I just wanted to take a break for at least a good 2 to 3 months, it actually wasn't planned. Like, I don't even let you guys know, which I do apologize about that because you guys definitely do not deserve that. But in a way, I feel like I kind of deserve the break. And no, I'm not gonna even say kind of. I did deserve this break. Mental health is very, very important, guys. And I just really needed a break from YouTube because I kind of felt like, again, I wasn't being myself. I also kind of felt pressured and I was just not in the right headspace. I'm still really starting to look at my life and what I really want to do for my life. So this is where I am still like trying to figure things out. Even, you know, huge changes might even come to the channel. I really don't want to have a huge depth and talk about this because this is definitely another technology review video. Again, I'm still trying to find who I am. I'm still trying to really see what I want to do with my life. Thank God I'm gonna finally get my associates and we're gonna move on to better and amazing things and hopefully go for a bachelor's, for a master's, either probably for under the same subject or under the same major, or probably continue something in a different major. I just feel like you guys should definitely watch this portion of the video because you might be like, girl, this is a long intro. And I know that the real Kitana supporters will definitely understand. Don't think that I don't care about you guys. I do care about you guys 100%. I'm answering all your Instagram DMs. I'm answering all your comments. And trust me, it still makes me very happy that knowing that I was away for 2 months, almost going to 3 months, I was still getting subscribers, which was amazing because I'm like, wow, they saw or they're seeing that I'm not a constant uploader, but I still am getting the support, which is amazing. So I love you guys for that. But, you know, I'm young, I'm 21, and, you know, I feel like this is the age of transition, especially for a lot of adults. And I really just wanted to put that out there because you guys aren't alone in your feelings. And again, this isn't the first time. It may not be the last. I'm still working on myself. So thank you so much for being so patient, being so kind, and still giving me the support. So anyways, let's go ahead and get on to the video. So if you guys did go ahead and see by the title, we are going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5. Now, I'm actually really excited about this watch, and I'm just going to tell you guys off the bat, this review will probably be somewhat short and will probably be somewhat similar to the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 series because there's really not a major difference at all. There's just a few spec upgrades, but overall, it is literally the same thing. So if you have the 4, there's no reason for you to upgrade. But of course, if you do have the Galaxy 2, Watch 2, or the 3, then yeah, definitely upgrade. And a lot of people are probably thinking, girl, this watch came out 2 months ago and you're barely making a review. You're right on that, but hey, people always like updated videos even when the watch came out 2 months ago, because I'm definitely one of those. So as always, if you've been on my channel, I always like to start off with what's inside the box on every device. So of course you do have your Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 box. The designs are always the same on the sides, but for some reason this year, I really do like the front cover of the box. It's a really nice like rainbow wristband type. Especially, I feel like there's a good reason why they did that, but I will explain that later in the video. Of course, when you do open the box, you do have your Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 with your watch wristband, depending on which one you did purchase. And of course, you do have your little Samsung, well, not little, but this one's actually wide or long Samsung box. And of course, inside your Samsung box, you do have a USB Type-C charging cable and not a USB Type-A charging cable. And of course, you do have your terms and conditions and your instruction manual about the Watch 5. And of course, there is no charging block included. Am I surprised? Not really. So now moving on to the design of the Watch 5. As you can see, I do have the 40mm in the color graphite with the olive green sports band in the size small medium. Believe it or not, it may not look like it. I do have a small wrist, but You can even see my tan. Now, of course, when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5, you do have two different types of sizes, which is the 40mm and the 44mm. Now, last time I did check on the Samsung prices with the regular Samsung 5 watch, I did see that for the 44mm, it was, I believe, $144, and with the 40mm, it was at about $114. Now, as I did mention before in previous videos, Samsung does like to change their prices. Just go back and check daily on how prices are doing. Now, moving on to the colors available to you on the 44mm, you do have available silver, graphite, and sapphire. And sapphire is a really nice blue color, guys. Oh my god, I cannot stress it enough how beautiful that color was, and I really wish that Samsung had that color with the 40mm. And for the colors on the 40mm, you do have available silver, graphite, or pink gold. Now, when it comes to wristbands, both watch sizes actually have 5 different types of wristbands. I'm gonna look this way so I can explain to you guys the 5. So that is sport wristbands, global goals, rich sport, extreme sport, and hybrid leather. And both watches do have similar colors. Probably one has better colors than the other and vice versa. But of course, in both watch sizes, they do have the size bands in small, medium, and medium large. Now, another thing that I do like about the wristbands under Samsung is that you are also able to customize and create your own design wristbands, which are actually pretty awesome. You can put any color you would like. Of course, the colors that are available on the Samsung website. Now, a quick spec I would definitely like to add into the design category is that this watch is actually under a 16GB of storage memory, basically the same as the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. So don't think that if there's a way I can upgrade to the memory when that is literally the default on these watches. Now, of course, when also purchasing your Watch 5, you are available to pick between Bluetooth Wi-Fi or Bluetooth Wi-Fi 4G LTE. As I did mention before, 4G LTE is where you can definitely not have to always be connected to Bluetooth with your phone and with your watch. The watch is already going to be connected under your carrier, which is pretty dope, and you would not need to always be on Bluetooth. Me personally, I always forget to turn on my Bluetooth sometimes, so this does come very handy, but of course it is going to be a bit more expensive. As I've been doing some research on the watches, I did hear that the Bluetooth range is not as its best, so you will have a problem receiving calls and messages, and with the 4G LTE you will have no problem with that. So I think it is worth just a little bit more money. As always, you are eligible for a trade-in when it comes to these watches, and the cool thing is that of course you can always trade in any old watch that you do not want, so you can go ahead and get the one that you do want, and you would get a discount for your eligible trade-in. Okay, so now moving on to the display of the watch itself. I definitely just want to let you guys know that the watch is so beautiful. So of course, when it comes to the durability of the screen on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5, Samsung has actually upgraded their glass from Gorilla Glass DX Plus to sapphire crystal glass, along with the aluminum metal frame around the watch. So I think that is a huge major upgrade, because just by looking at both watches, or overall just feeling the watches on the Watch 4 and on the Watch 5, I can definitely feel a smoother screen on the Watch 5 due to that sapphire crystal glass. And it is said that the sapphire crystal glass is supposed to be 1.6 times stronger than the Gorilla Glass DX Plus. So I think that is a huge upgrade, because like I've said on all of my videos, I know I'm gonna keep saying that, but I've always hit my watches on corners, and believe it or not, I would really like to see how this watch holds up, especially with that new glass upgrade. And Samsung has yet again added the digital rotating bezel, which I think I've absolutely loved. I actually do love the digital rotating bezel more than the 3D rotating bezel, like how it was on the previous Watch 4 Pro, but again, that's just my personal opinion. And again, with this regular Watch 5, there is no 3D rotating bezel included. Now, when it comes to the side of the watch, you do have your top button, which is your home button, and your bottom button, which is your back button. Now, me personally, when I did have the Galaxy Active 2, I do remember the buttons being switched. But the cool thing is that if you are so used to the other way around, where the back button is on the top and the home button is on the bottom, you can actually go to your watch settings on the Samsung Wearable app and change those functions, which I think is pretty cool. Now, if we take a look at the back of the watch, this is where your bioactive sensors are located. And Samsung has mentioned that they have improved their curved sensor design so you can get more accurate results when it comes to heart rate and wellness readings. And let me tell you, I feel like that is 100% true. When it comes to me putting on the watch, I do feel the sensors a little bit more intact with my wrist. Now, the charging on the watch is actually a little bit faster on the Watch 5 than the Watch 4. It is said that the watch will reach 45% charge in about 30 minutes. Okay, so now moving on to some specs and features about the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5. Going back to the back of the watch, you do have your BIA sensor, which can actually read your body fat, your skeletal muscle, and even your body water. So basically the body composition function, which I thought was amazing ever since when the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 introduced it. Now, as for your HR sensor, it can monitor your heart rate during workouts, as well as stress levels to optimize your well-being, which has always been awesome ever since the first Galaxy Watch has introduced that. But again, I feel like it's basically the same readings. I see basically no difference when it comes to the readings between the Watch 5 and previous models, but it is still a really good feature. Now, Samsung has mentioned that they did improve their advanced sleep tracker system, which is pretty awesome. Like I did mention before, me personally, I do not sleep with my watch on. Me personally, I think it's uncomfortable, and two, I drool a lot, so I really would not like to see that on my watch. Even though it's water resistant, I can't do that because I'll definitely water this whole thing up with my saliva. As nasty as it sounds, it's a fact. But the tracker can actually annualize your sleep patterns and can even help you with a habit tracker by giving you a program on how to improve your sleeping habits. Who wouldn't want that, especially if you're sleeping like at 1 in the morning and you still gotta wake up at 5 in the morning? Am I describing myself? Yes, I am. And of course, as all previous Samsung watches, this watch does have workout detection. Now, I do want to say that there is an improvement when it came to the workout detection. As previous models, when I was running, it would detect it, but not as accurate as the Watch 5. With Watch 5, just like that, I'm already detected a workout when I'm running or when I'm walking. You can always manually input your workouts, especially if you're doing another workout, if you're weightlifting, if you're doing yoga. And Samsung did mention that they did provide us with more than 90 workouts, which I think, again, is pretty cool. And of course, your health results and information is actually recorded on the Samsung Health app, and you can definitely see all your progress. And of course, what I do like about the Samsung Health is that there is a specific program for my women out there for the time of the month, because we know how painful that can be sometimes, and we gotta track it to keep in track when the next one's coming or when this one's finished. You know exactly what I mean, girls, or women, should I say. Now, another amazing feature I do love about the watches is Google Assistant. And I believe with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, Google Assistant was actually announced for the first time ever on the Samsung watches. So Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 does also include Google Assistant. And of course, you can always ask Google for anything that you do need help in, as in setting reminders, as in asking what's the time, what's the weather, etc. If you do have a Google Hub, you know exactly all the features that Samsung can definitely help you with, even with research, which is pretty cool. Now, me personally, I do prefer Google Assistant rather than Bixby. I'm not not really a fan of Bixby, but just remember that Bixby is the default when it comes to an assistant. So make sure you do go to your watch settings to go ahead and move it to the Google Assistant. Okay, so now I am actually going to be talking about the Samsung wearable app. I did go ahead and talk about this on my Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 review, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and go through it again, just in case if you did upgrade to the 5, you would like to know if there's any additional features, but I am willing to do that for you guys. So I'm going to actually scoot this way so I can put my phone right here. That scared me. That is my backpack. So once you do open the Samsung wearable app, this is how it looks like. As you can see, it does say Maya's Watch 5. So on the Samsung Galaxy wearable app, this is where you can customize your watch and also customize your watch settings to your liking. So as you can see here, that is how my watch looks like at the moment. As you can see the display on top. So starting off with watch phases. Now watch phases is where you can definitely change the watch face to your liking. They did add some new graphical watch phases here, and they are really cute. I did try all of them, but again, my favorite was the AR emoji one. They have some informative ones, some health ones if you're into like hardcore fitness, or overall if you're into fitness. They have some classy ones, and they have basic and simple designs, and even some downloaded ones that you can definitely download. But again, I like to stick it to my AR emoji, and AR emoji is basically where you can make yourself, which I think is pretty cool, and you can customize for it to look like you or for it to look like another person. And you can always put on some outfits, some really nice outfits, because they have some good outfits for your emoji. When your emoji has better outfits than you do, sad. And of course, when it comes to the watch phases itself, you can even go ahead and edit your clock style. You can edit the characters. As you can see, I do have my other 2 emoji characters that I made. You can even change your clock type, your clock font, and you can even apply quick tabs on the sides of your watch, so easy access to apps that you use on a daily basis on your watch. So I think that is pretty awesome. I'm not going to change anything because the way I have it right now is the way I love it. Now, the way that you can access the app screen is if you just scroll up, and as you can see, you do have your app screen there available to you. And what the app screen function does on the wearable app is where you can actually reorganize your apps, basically the ones that you use the most or the ones that you use the least. So I think that is pretty cool. I do have my main ones on the top and the ones that I really don't use on the bottom. Now, when it comes to tiles is also another amazing thing when it comes to really organizing your watch. Is basically just all the different types of tiles that are available to you, such as a reminder, a blood oxygen level, daily activity, your calorie intake, heart rate, sleep, steps, ECG, the weather, and world clock. And believe it or not, I do have the world clock there. You might be like, girl, world clock? I really want to travel to Scotland one day and hopefully study abroad there. So for me, it actually makes me excited to see what time it is there, because I believe when it's nighttime over here, it's morning for them. So, but again, you have a lot of other amazing options, which I think is pretty cool, and you can add as many as you like. Now, moving on to quick panel. Quick panel, the way you can actually see the quick panel is if you just scroll down on the watch, and here's where you can see your quick tools. Under the Samsung Galaxy wearable app, you can actually see here that you can change or you can eliminate certain quick tools for your watch. But I already did set up the way I wanted it to be, like bedtime mode, turn off the watch, an easy way to access settings, Bluetooth, theater mode if I'm watching a movie in the theaters. So I think this is pretty awesome. Definitely take a look at that so you wouldn't have to go through the app screen and see where that certain app is when you can just go through the quick panel. And of course, moving on to the bottom, you do have your watch settings. Now, I'm not going to pick my watch settings because on the settings, it does have personal information. But again, that's that's where you can go ahead and change your notifications, your vibrations on your notifications, your displays, your fonts, your Google Assistants, like stuff like that. Of course, just basic watch settings that any Samsung device would have. Now, I do love the Find My Watch function, and that is where if you do lose your watch, you do have your phone available to find your watch if you do have your devices programmed under Smart Things. And Smart Things is basically just an application under Samsung where you do have your devices registered just in case if you lose one device or you can't find another device. That's a cool thing about Find My Watch. Of course, you do have tips and user manual. Basically, it just shows you a quick description on how you can actually use the basic features or what's new on the Samsung wearable app. And lastly, you do have your Galaxy Store app. I'm not going to open that because again, there's more personal information on that, but that's where you can purchase more watch faces, more features. Trust me guys, there is a lot of amazing features that the Watch 5 can do, but again, I'm just giving you the basics. Okay guys, so that is basically my review on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, it was a quick run through because again, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 has just a bit more improved specs, but not as a huge major difference compared to the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. If you guys will definitely like to see the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 review, I will definitely put it down in the description box below, or of course you can just click on my channel and the video is also there as well. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for all of your support. We're focusing on mental health. Remember, mental health is important. I really do want to take into consideration of starting like a vlogging channel. Of course, that is where I'm going to be completely my 100% self. My crazy person self, I know, but like a good crazy. Trust me when I say guys, my personality is like out there with a sense of humor, even though I'm an introvert, but I still have a sense of humor. If you guys would definitely like a vlogging channel, let me know. Even though if I might take the nose, I probably still might do it. And like I said, I'm really looking into my life and seeing what I really want to do. Anyways, I love you guys very much and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.